What is good, Chibubers? Your boy Chug is back again today for another video looking at something a little bit different. Gonna do a little bit of a vlog style video talking about my current health condition. Uh, health condition. As you guys know, I'm a bit of a weightlifter slash gym goer slash not very good at any of it, but still try. And I'm okay. I'm okay. I've done some lifting. I've got some muscle. I've I'm not a entirely fat piece of shit, and I'm not the thinnest person either. On the weekend, I hurt my arm helping a mate move, and I was lifting like a small little bed frame and had my arm fully extended like so, and I hit the roof with the bed frame and it just popped my bicep tendon on this arm here. Now it has been 4 or so days since that has happened. There is significant bruising. I'll try to lift my arm. Where are we? Under here compared to this arm. Limited mobility, but more than I thought I would have. I can turn my hand. It hurts doing it, but I can do it. So I snapped my tendon off the bone of my bicep. So it's this arm, but I'll try to get this arm up. Right here, right where the long head essentially attaches to the forearm, right? It is now gone, off the bone. So that happened like with limited force, limited effort. Wasn't trying to do that, obviously. Accident just happened, and I called it straight away. I was like, oh, that's surgery, that's a tendon, that's blown. Everyone's like, nah, what are you talking about? You'll be right. I'm like, no, I'm screwed. Like that's the goods. Yeah. So this is the bad arm. It is still swollen. The bruising isn't as bad as I thought it would be at this point. I don't know if you can see or compare, but I can't really. Where is it? Is my arm? There's no real tension. I flex and there's no like head of the bicep. Where am I? So it's rolled up and like all here is flat. And like I said, I'm very surprised that there's no can't even hold my arm up. There's limited bruising there. And it's a bit rough. I've got a few big events coming up like weddings and bucks parties and stuff like that. But no, it is not going to be good for me. But I've got one good hand, and that's all that matters. But like I was saying, if I can try and compare the two arms, this is already, you can see here, I actually have like a lump on my bicep, where this one, it just seems flat, right? So this whole part here should look pronounced. Now it's hard to see. Doesn't help that I'm white as anything either, with no tan. But yeah, the bicep head has curled up and rolled back up to here, which you'd think would make me have a bigger bicep, but it's so fluidy, it's so, just bleh, that, I can't really lift it, move it, or do anything with it. And like I said, completely off the bone. And I was like, oh, I thought I'd be in a bit more pain from doing it off the bone. And, it was sore when it first happened, and I was like, this is pretty bad. And, sleeping's been terrible and everything like that, but when I'm not moving it and I'm just kind of like resting it or relaxing it, again, this is the bad arm, it's not bad. I don't really feel it that much. I move it the wrong way. I've got like no, like, limited functionality, limited strength, but obviously there's enough compensation from my other muscles or the other head of the bicep or the forearm that I can still kind of make a fist. I can still kind of move it. I can still kind of extend it. It does hurt doing it, but I can still do those things. So I thought that was quite cool. And I thought it was something that, again, wasn't as bad as I thought it was, because I had such mobility still, with pain. And like I said, I've done a hamstring earlier in the year, so it felt like the same thing as when I did that. Feels like other compensating muscles take more of a impact, and they get more tight and more swollen because now they're the primary holding of, like, I guess your joints and arms and muscles together, right? Arms, legs, whatever. But those muscles being held together. So they're extra tight because they're missing a tendon, right? So that's kind of what my forearms have been feeling like. So I kind of knew it was bad, but again, off the bone, didn't really expect that. But it was really cool. I should have actually been filming the whole process. Like, I was a bit nervous. I was a bit like, oh, I'm feeling a bit off. I don't like doing this alone, you know. But, you know, he's there and he's there going over with the ultrasound. He's like following the tendon. He's like, yeah, now look at it. It just stops there, you know. And you're looking at the screen and it's just like, cool, man. I'm glad that you're excited about this, but I'm having a hard time today. Do you mind? So that's how that went. But, you know, surgery it is for me, guys. Complete tear of the bicep. This happened on Friday last week, and, you know, haven't taken any painkillers or anything like that. I just was making sure that, you know, maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. But went and finally saw my doctor yesterday, got my referral, went to radiology today, got my ultrasound. Obviously, none of that was open over the weekend that I could find in my area. So went and got that today, and there was this guy doing it, and he's there, you know, moving my arm and trying to get all through it. Like, he was going for about half an hour. And then he abruptly leaves the room, and he's like, he kept going back to the same spot in my bicep, which is, you know, right at the joint of the I guess elbow joint on the inside. And he's like, I think you've torn a bicep, and like just leaves. I'm like, I came in, the first thing I said was I tore a bicep. It's what I feel it was. And he's like, oh yeah. 10 minutes go by, another doctor comes in and he's checking out, and the first thing he does is go, oh, look at that. And like, where the other guy didn't even like observe me, he didn't look at me, where this other guy goes, oh yeah, look at that. Straight away I can compare both biceps just by looking at you. One is rolled up, one is rolled back. Done a bicep for sure. I didn't even need the, you know, ultrasound machine, the sonography thing, like, you know, has eyes. I'm like, yep, well, that's what I thought as well. We're there and we're having a look, and you know, he's like, the guy that's come back in, like, he told the you know, the guy that was working on me first to go get another guy and like triple check, quadruple check. Another guy came in, and it was like, they're all looking, they're all like, this is sick. I'm like, what, you just haven't seen this before, kind of thing? And they're all like, you should, yeah, check this out. Like, you know, they put me on the table, they put me up like this. They had both arms out, like they were comparing it side by side. And I'm like, oh yeah, cool. And he's like, yeah, using my left arm, and he's like, flex up and down like this, and look at the screen, and like you see like it all moving and wavering like on the signography thing and on the ultrasound. And I'm like, yeah, this is baller. And then he's like, yeah, now check this out. And he goes to my right arm, which has got the tear in it, and he's like, now do the same flexing up and down. Yep. And he goes, yeah, see that? And I'm like, yeah, I see nothing, like nothing's moving. He goes, yeah, exactly. I'm like, yep. And he's like, yeah, it's torn off the bone completely, that you're not even moving it. I'm like, look at that. I'm like, yeah, this is sick. Thank you. You know, thanks, man. Like, great news. I'm glad you're happy about this. And it's like, you know, he leaves the room. I go back out. He's there telling everyone, like, you should have seen that. This thing was mad. Like, his arm's doing this. And I'm like, bro, I'm right here. Like, come on, man. Like, my life's just going to get smacked now. Like, a bit of, I don't know. Like, sure, I'm a tough boy. I'll be okay. But it's just like, man. All right, I guess I'm going for surgery then. Like, you know, this is, you know, I thought I was waiting for my doctor to kind of tell me. I'm glad that they told me, but like, I was already prepared for the worst, hope for the best, but, you know, it is what it is. So I did the report that came in today, and as you can see, ultrasound right elbow, bicep tendon injury, findings, evidence of complete tear at the bicep insertion at the elbow with evidence of retraction, meaning it's gone up my arm. Soft tissue edema and small amounts of fluid at expected location of the insertion of the bicep, meaning there's fluid, there's swelling, bruising, etc. There is overlying mild subcutaneous edema as well. Subcutaneous meaning under the skin, so yeah, in excess fluid under the skin. So everything else seems to be within normal limits. Burst is fine, ulna's fine, different nerves seem within limits. So really, the only issue was that snappage of the bicep. This is my scan. Having a look through it. I haven't seen it yet. Right elbow ant joint, anterior joint, assumingly. Right elbow anterior joint. Again, haven't seen or know how to read these very well at all, but obviously I know what my tendon looks like, which is something like that, and it looks like it is torn. That's right elbow CEO joint. Yep, looks like a massive tear. Assuming that's what they're showing me to look at. Again here, going down and just stops, potentially. What are these little things? I'm not too sure. But yeah, it definitely looks like there's some missing tendon there. Yeah, many of the scans. It's just quite incredible what they can do and how they can look at such intricate parts of the body. Like, why were these things highlighted? What am I looking at? Right elbow bicep. Sure, thank you. Figure out that people are just, it's crazy out there when people are just that good at their jobs. You know what I mean? Like, there's people out there that have trained their lives to fix me. And hopefully that's the case. Hopefully I don't die. That'd be nice if I didn't. I'm sure I won't. I'm sure I'll be fine. And I can document everything. I was just looking at my arm then going, why is it so flat? Like, my bicep is just not peaked at all. Really, let's see if I can go down and actually really show it. So left arm, right arm. So this is the right arm. You can see that there's just like no long head of the bicep here. It's tucked back up to here. It should be coming down nice and full. Again, hard to show, but on the side, yeah, day of injury was about like the 26th, I think, 25th of July, and we'll see how fast we get it together, and can get fixed, back to the gym, maybe start doing some gym vlogging, get my strength back, and maybe I'll just try and do legs like 3 days a week or 4 days a week. Maybe even break my legs up into body parts and do like a day of calves, day of quads, day of hammies, and continue that. But I kind of like hitting legs all together, but maybe that's why I have bad legs. When I say bad legs, I'm 6'4", and they look tiny compared to the rest of my body because I'm a little fatty up top. And yeah, I guess we'll wait and find out. We'll take some before and after photos as well as like the next 10 to 20 weeks go by. I'm assuming bicep tendon fully reattached is like, I'm going to say at least 16 weeks to maybe get back to lifting again. I know that I'm going to rehab the shit out of it. It's also that limit where how soon is too soon? Can I just start doing it straight away? Do I let, like, how long is it, are they showing, like, I need to talk to the specialist tomorrow. When I do, I'll probably come back and I'll find a bit more out about what I can say and do and record this process and maybe give an update on what they said, how they're going to reattach it and whatnot, and go from there. But that's my update. It's a bit of trash news, but it's your boy Chug signing out, and hopefully we can recover. Anyone that's going through something similar, I feel ya. It sucks. This journey sucks. But what else do you do? Just what if anything? Let's just not do anything. Of course you're going to do it. And there's always people that are much worse off than what we are. So, a little bicep injury. Yeah, it sucks, but I'm trying to be positive. So, follow along. Join me with this rehab. And let's get it together. I'll start posting some vlogs about my current numbers, where I've been at with my weightlifting and whatnot. And maybe we can all improve and maybe one day do a comp or something. That's it for me. Peace.